Your sense of security is a hallucination. The only reason you feel safe right now is that the person controlling your environment hasn't decided to destroy it yet. Peace is a stagnant pool where your power goes to die. In a world that is calm and predictable, you are nothing but a ghost. Niccolò Machiavelli understood that a leader's necessity is only realized in the presence of a threat. But dark psychology takes this further. It teaches us that to own a human being, you must first break their reality. If there is no enemy, you must invent one. If there is no crisis, you must manufacture one so devastating that the target's brain short-circuits, leaving you as the only safe harbor in their storm. This is the chaos lever, the most aggressive, high-stakes psychological weapon in existence. It is the art of becoming the invisible arsonist who sets the world on fire just so you can be the one to sell the water. If you still believe that your value comes from being helpful or kind, you are a sheep waiting for the slaughter. But if you have the stomach to become the architect of the very disaster you are destined to solve, listen with the cold precision of a predator. I am going to show you how to dismantle someone's peace of mind just to make them worship you for restoring it. The mechanics of manufacturing a crisis are based on the dark law of trauma dependency. Human beings are biologically incapable of logical thought when they are in a state of high cortisol panic. When the system is stable, people want freedom and independence. When the system collapses, they beg for a master. The 1% elite do not wait for a problem to arise. They remove a critical bolt from the machine. When no one is looking, they whisper a calculated doubt into the right ear. They strategically withdraw their support at the exact second of a deadline, or they leak a threat that doesn't exist. They do not do this out of anger. They do it to create a psychological vacuum. They wait for the panic to peak, for the screaming to start, and for the target to realize they are drowning. Only then do the elite step into the light as the calm, decisive hero. You are not witnessing a rescue. You are witnessing a planned acquisition of a human soul. Someone is sabotaging your mental peace right now, just to make you feel like you can't survive without their support. But let's test the actual temperature of your own survival instincts. Are you strong enough to recognize that your current Messiah might be the one who lit the match? If you are ready to stop being a helpless victim of manufactured chaos and start understanding how the levers of power are pulled in the dark, hit the like button right now. This is a cold, calculated move to signal to your own subconscious that you are no longer a blind sheep in the herd. If you are too terrified to even acknowledge that power requires friction and blood, you are already scheduled for obsolescence. But if you did, your mind is beginning to detach from the illusion of safety. You are becoming a sovereign strategist. In the world of high-level social engineering, the greatest conquerors knew that a terrified population is 20 times easier to lead than a happy one. This is because fear triggers a regression to childhood, a desperate need for an authority figure to make it okay. Dark psychology uses intermittent stress to create a permanent bond. By creating a crisis and then solving it, you trigger a massive release of oxytocin in the victim's brain. They don't just like you, they become biologically addicted to your presence. You become the filter through which all their reality must pass. The chaos lever is about making yourself the only exit in a burning building that you designed from the basement up. You are the arsonist, the smoke, and the fire department all at once. You are not being useful by solving problems that already exist. You are just a glorified servant. We are building a community of 100,000 elite minds, a collective of sovereign individuals who understand that true power is the ability to dictate what is considered a crisis and what is considered normal. We are the 1% who refuse to panic when the world screams, because we know exactly who is pulling the lever behind the curtain. If you are ready to join the ranks of those who dominate through strategic disruption and dark influence, join the mission and subscribe now. And to cement your identity as a master of the storm, I want you to comment the word CAA. By typing it, you are publicly declaring that you no longer fear the fire, because you are the one holding the match. If you cannot do this, your fear still owns you, and you will forever be a victim of the architects of order. Stay focused, because in the next segment I will expose the silent sabotage technique. How to break a person's confidence from the inside without leaving a single fingerprint. The Machiavellian elite know that the best crisis is the one that feels inevitable and natural. You must never be seen as the hand that pushed the domino. You must only be seen as the hand that caught it before it hit the floor. This requires environmental manipulation. You don't attack the person. You attack their environment. In a business setting, you don't fight a rival. You quietly sabotage the resources they depend on, making them look incompetent to the higher-ups. In a relationship, you don't start an argument. You create gaslighting gashes by making them doubt their own memory of a situation. Until they break down and come to you for the truth, you are the observer, the calm center of the cyclone you created. This creates a psychological dependency more powerful than any legal contract. They will thank you for saving them from a mental breakdown that you silently engineered. This is the ultimate subversion of human gratitude. Think about the new management tactic used by corporate predators. They take over a team and immediately invent a hidden catastrophe that was supposedly lurking under the previous leader. They exaggerate the risk until the team is paralyzed with fear. Then they implement a proprietary system to fix it. The team is now loyal to the new manager, not because he is talented, but because they believe he saved their careers from a phantom disaster. This is the manufacture of necessity. You are not providing value. You are providing the antidote to a poison you secretly injected into the room 5 minutes before you walked in. This is how you lock your presence into the hierarchy of power. You become the single point of failure. If you leave, the chaos returns. That is true leverage. That is true Machiavellian dominance. Machiavelli warned that it is much more secure to be feared than to be loved, because love is a fickle emotion, but fear is a constant biological reality. Manufacturing a crisis is the most efficient way to generate that dread of loss without appearing like a villain. The crisis provides the punishment, and you provide the mercy. You become the benevolent dictator of their sanity. They will love you for the mercy you show, but they will obey you because they fear the return of the chaos you control. You are playing with the primal layers of the human psyche, the lizard brain's need for a protector. By controlling the threat, you own the protected. The 100,000 elite minds understand that stability is a trap for the average person. We thrive in the disruption. We thrive in the disruption. We analyze every crisis with a cold, forensic eye. Who benefits from this panic? Who was the only one with the solution ready to go? We do not react to the noise. We read the strategy behind the silence. We understand that in a world of manufactured chaos, the only way to remain sovereign is to be the one who knows how to stop the bleeding. We do not owe the world peace. We owe ourselves authority. This is the cold, hard science of dark Machiavellian reality. If you are still looking for fairness, you have already lost. Now, here is the final secret for this segment, the vacuum frame. To master the chaos lever, you must practice strategic withdrawal. For 1 week, silently withdraw your most valuable contribution from your environment, your expertise, your emotional support, or your problem-solving ability. Do it without explanation. Watch as the systems around you begin to tilt and crack. Watch as the people who took you for granted begin to realize that their normal is only possible because of you. When the panic sets in, do not rush back to save them. Wait until they acknowledge your absolute necessity. Wait until they beg for your return. Only then, return with the solution. You have just manufactured a micro-crisis and solidified your power without uttering a single word. The world belongs to the one who can create a void and fill it at will. You are no longer a part of the machine. You are the one who decides if it runs or breaks. In the next video, we will enter the realm of the false choice, where I will show you how to give people the illusion of freedom while forcing them to choose exactly what you want. Stay elite, stay sovereign, Subscribe now to join the 100,000 elite minds.